Okay, go.
Yeah, welcome back. If you're just tuning in, this is still Signals on Lagos Talks 91.3 FM, and my name is Comfort. Like I said earlier, Oshudi is not available today, and I have been sitting in for her, so you're welcome back to the show. Now, on the show today, we have someone who we are going to be talking to on the topic advertising tips for MSMEs. You know, what do you need to know about advertising? Just like a couple of persons called earlier to sell their businesses. So we are going to tell you more tips, things that you can do, and how to push your business forward. It's a new year and we all have plans for the year. We all have plans to make sales, increase sales, and do all of that this year. So we're going to tell you a couple of tips that would be helpful for you this new year. But before we go into our interview proper, let's get to meet our guest. So my guest is an APCON certified specialist with experience working in operations, advertising, and media. He has worked on multinational brands including Nike, Orlando, Tommy Hilfiger, Batten Foundation, Save the Children International, NAMPAC Alliance, and major national brands. He currently manages operations, strategy, and business expansion across the QVT Media Group, which comprises of the media buying agency, digital agency, channel sales, content marketing, and production arms. My guest has a global experience interacting and working in teams with individuals from several countries, backgrounds, and ethnicities. On the show today, I have with me Emmanuel Ante. Good morning and welcome to the show.
Good morning, Comfort. How
First
you
of all,
doing?
your name is interesting, Ante. What does Ante mean?
If you ask me, I have asked my parents for so long. They don't even know the forgot.
Really?
Well, English means before, but
Okay.
from my side, I have no idea.
Where is that from?
I'm from Akwa Ibom.
Okay. I won't ask more questions. Let's just leave it like that. Now, I had to shorten your profile by taking away a couple of other brands that you have worked with. It's a lot. So the question is, how many years have you been in advertising and how has that journey been for you?
So my advertising journey has been for about 8 years. Yeah. So and it has been fun. Yeah, a lot of hard work, but it has also been a lot of fun because working background wise, I had started from publishing a lot earlier in my career. Then I joined cinema, so I have been walking around before I got to advertising. First started from the creative side, then moved to the media side. So it's not easy. It's not easy moving up in the industry. It's not easy changing industries and learning new things.
Yeah.
But I have had to adapt. I've had to learn a lot. I have fallen. I have picked myself back up. I have cried. In fact, there's a time I was like, I'm going to resign. But yet, here we are.
So what excites you about this journey? What keeps you going? The time you had to fall or the time you fell, what made you pick up yourself again and, let's do this?
Because I realized that there's always a conversation to start.
Okay.
There's always...
Wait, calm down. Before you start speaking English for me, let me go. Is it hunger? Or is it bills? Continue.
It was hunger first.
Okay.
Then adulting.
Sure.
When I realized that no matter how hard I cry, I still gotta pay bills. But I had to take some time out to go and discover why I was doing this in the first place.
Okay.
Because if you don't enjoy what you're doing, you will never really do it well. You do it much like a machine, but you would break down like a machine. But you need to always take time out to ask yourself, is what I'm doing relevant for me?
Yeah.
Am I really enjoying what I'm doing? So that time out when I was crying and then having good people around you,
Okay.
basically. So my friends were really there for me. My family was there to help patch my fractured soul, per se. But
Okay.
after that, it was...
And that was it. You moved from it.
Moved.
And since then, you never looked back.
I'm too smallish to always want to be on the floor.
Okay. Wow. Oh, I got that. Now let's get right to the topic. Let's define advertising from the eye of a professional.
Okay.
Let's define what is advertising as it relates to smaller brands, as it relates to small businesses.
Okay, so for me, advertising as it relates to small businesses is putting out your service in an easy to understand format for people who you know are in need of that your service and who would pay you for that service. So if you're putting out your service to people who won't pay you for the service, you're not really advertising to them because you're not talking to them. So advertising for me is when you're talking to the right crowd with the right service at the right time and the right place. So that's layman's terms. For me, let's leave all the textbook in for the textbooking people. Yeah.
Okay. Now, usually when it comes to advertising, you hear people say, "Oh, advertising is not for me. My brand is still very small. It's a baby brand. I think let's leave advertising for the big brands and all of that."
They're leaving so much money on the table.
Tell us how important advertising is to small businesses.
So advertising is important to everybody, not just small business. Even you as an individual, you need to advertise to put yourself out there to get things going. So as a small business, there are larger businesses who do what you do it at scale and do it for cheaper. So if you are going to break into the market, if you're going to make sales, you need to advertise, no matter how small it is, no matter how the medium of advertising you're doing, you need to do it. It starts with what you can, word of mouth, you utilize all your networking and your contacts and everything, but you need to push your product out there. Because what I really notice about a lot of small businesses is they don't always think in numbers. You know, the way the bigger businesses grew is they thought ahead and they thought in numbers, and they also try to push that messaging out there that they are here to stay, this is what they offer, and this is how much they offer it at, and this is why you need to come and buy from them. So if as a small business, if you don't advertise, you would die, because there's so many things taking everybody's attention. So people would miss you, and you might be selling a product that is really good. You might be selling something that people really need, but if people cannot hear you, if they cannot see you, it's basically that you don't exist in that space. So everybody, even if you're selling groundnuts, you need to package the groundnut as the best thing that has ever happened to mankind and put it out there.
So it's all packaging.
Packaging really helps.
Okay. Now, do you think it's something that small businesses can make a budget for? Okay, I sell bags. Let me just use a young lady who only has an Instagram store. The person sells bags. Do you think she can actually make a budget for advertising?
Yes, I think we have to start advertising from where we are at any given point in time. So the first question I'll ask is, have you utilized all your network, your entire contact list? If you check, you have over 1,000 plus people who are on your network. Have you utilized all of them on your phone? Because if you can get, even if it is 10% of the people you know who are on your phone to buy from you, you're making enough money to be able to create a budget to get more people to get from you. So start from where you are, utilize your network and utilize it properly. Then price yourself properly. So I realize that a lot of people who try to utilize their network price themselves out of that network. Yes. If you know that your entire network can afford it, like you said, a 5K bag, why do you want to sell it for 15,000? So
you should also be considerate of your network.
Yes. And then you should also know who your target audience is. So if you realize that you sell bags, and the people and most of your market will not buy a bag over 5K, why are you selling a 15K bag? The numbers are not there. They are in the guys that are selling 5K. So why not go find a supplier who is giving you bags at 2K
and you sell at 5K?
And you sell at 5K. So instead of selling one bag a month, you now realize that you're selling 30 bags, 40 bags. You're building volume. Your profit is looking better. You're expanding faster because the volume business is where everything is.
Yeah.
So start from where you are, then start creating a budget for it. On Instagram, for example, start putting out good content and make sure you put out your prices, competitive pricing.
Not send a DM.
Not send a DM. That is one of the most annoying things I see. Send a DM. Excuse me, sir. The reason I'm looking at this post is because it got me. I'm not sending you no DM, or else I'll go to someone else. My entire DMs will be. Instead, I will go to Jumia and buy it since you don't want to have sense. Basically,
I like that. Since you don't want to have sense. Okay. So now let's take it. Let's take it a step forward. Now that you've mentioned the kind of content that you put up, what makes a good advert? what advert would you see and you say, oh, this is good?
Okay, so we always utilize the KISS model. Keep it simple, stupid. So don't put a lot of jargons first on your ad, and then people are really visually led. And now there's a lot more people are watching videos online. So if you can't do a simple video ad, you mustn't shoot an ad. There are free resources to make short videos for social media using pictures, using preloaded video formats. Create something very visually led that speaks to your audience. And then if it is a product you're selling, please put the price.
Interesting. Okay, I think someone wants to say something. Someone is calling us. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Welcome to the show. What's your name? Okay, do you have a question for my guest or you want to make a comment?
Well, what I want to see concerning this advertisement, you see, many people are advertising their commodity and service in the media. And they have products for the people. But the people are unstable fine. And it's the problem of today. And therefore,
Go ahead, I can hear you. Hello? Okay, you can call us back later. Alright, so let's go back.
Okay, good. It's fine. So what was I even saying again?
Adverts, good adverts, using, resources online, free resources online.
Use free resources online and then try and make your adverts interesting and creative, something new, something fresh. Because if it is the same kind of advert that a lot of people have been seeing, they would ignore it and get tired. Because people really have a much shorter attention space right now. There's so many things vying for their attention. So you need to be able to get in there, hit the mark, and get out.
Okay.
And then once they see it and it's interesting and the pricing calls to them, then they will DM you because
or we'll save the post for later.
or you save the post for later, but you know it's there.
Yeah.
And then the minute you need it, you instead of going to go and look for somebody again, they'll come straight to you.
So what medium of advertising would you recommend to an MSME?
Okay, first I'll say start with Google. Put your business on Google. Google My Business. It's free. It's easy to set up. And then it's more like an online registry of businesses. So that if somebody is typing, I'm looking for this, it will bring out, apart from obviously all the search ads that will come up, it will still bring out all the businesses that are registered under Google My Business. Because for now, that's one of the secrets. Google is trying to build that registry. So they will also be pushing it out there a lot more for you to see. Then, like I said before, you utilize your offline contacts and you do the legwork. So a lot of people want to sit down at home and expect the money to fall from the skies. No. If you're targeting a certain number of people and they congregate somewhere, go there with your legs. Don't just target them via social media. No. Go there with your legs to go and meet them. Because some of the best sales are made one-on-one. Some of the biggest deals are not signed online. They are signed one-on-one when people see and interact with whoever is the face behind the brand. So, but then you utilize social media. And social media is not as cheap as it used to be.
Exactly. We'll get there. We'll get there. But
So
let me just...
use your offline contacts a lot. Utilize social media. And then as you're growing the business, try to attend events. Try to network a lot, especially with people who are not only in your business area, but are in complementary businesses. Then partner. You can partner with somebody who is in a complementary business. So let's say you sell shoes, I sell bags. We can partner to do a combo package to sell. To be more relevant to people. Let's say, we know Owambe season usually comes during a lot of holidays. Why don't we partner together and sell the Owambe collection? So the person knows that they are buying shoes, bag, green. If it's green, they want
everything together
and it's being delivered. Complementary businesses, we are not fighting against each other. But we are coming together to ensure that we grow and make more money and offer services that we know people need. So partnerships are very good. Complementary partnerships are very good. Utilize your current network to the fullest. Word of mouth works a lot. Getting people to share on WhatsApp and all also works a lot. Check your pricing strategy. Are you pricing yourself out of the market? Or are you pricing yourself in a very competitive way? And then the quality of your products, are they good? So you need to also, all those things help in advertising, because if you spend money advertising and the quality of your product is terrible, it will hurt you. Because in this day of dragging, you will get dragged.
We'll get there. We'll get there. I promise you we will get there. But let's go for this quick break. When we come back, I'll open the phone lines. I can see people trying to call. I'll open the phone lines, take some calls, and we get to our interview. Stick around. I'll be back after this break.
Who was calling? See, this one's instead of them to be listening to what I'm saying, they are saying is your voice for me. How do I know this kind of people on the WhatsApp?
Okay, I think I'm playing the jingle already. What's this? Okay.
I'll tell Oshodi to let you come here continuously.
So she can learn the system
I
better.
come like two
She's
times.
just been off for a
Two
while.
times, and I'll go.
Alright, you're going back home.
Okay.
Ready? When you're ready to go, let me know. So,
Are you ready?
I'm
alright, so
Alright.
open it. Open it.
Yeah, welcome back. It's still Signals here, and I still have my guest Emmanuel Ante, and we have been talking advertising tips for MSMEs. The numbers to call are 009-234-5913, 009-191-3913, 009-222-0913. Should you have questions, you want to make comments, feel free to call, and I'll be here to take your calls. I'll take the numbers again: 009-234-5913, 009-191-3913, or 009-222-0913. Feel free to call with your questions and comments. I'm sure Emmanuel is ready to take your questions and your comments, so feel free to call and I will be here to take them. Now let's look at targeting. How would you describe targeting and the target audience? What are some of the things that one needs to put in place to, get one's targeting right?
Okay, so one of the worst things I've ever heard in my life is everybody is my market. I was staring at the person like, eh? Like you say, what are you selling, self? So the thing is, you need to understand first what you're offering, what your service is. Then you need to do research. I know Nigerians do not like researching or reading, but I beg you, if you want to make money, you and research are going to be good friends. You're going to just have to do it. So you need to do research to understand the buying habits of that product. How do people buy the product? Yeah. For example, let's say smartphones. How do people buy smartphones nowadays? They order online. Or they go to Computer Village. So if you notice, some of the smartphone brands are both online and very much in Computer Village.
Yes.
Yeah. So that is when you need to understand, okay, what's my product? Who are the people who even buy my product? For example. So that I'm not going to be selling groundnuts to people who are, they have a nut something. Or selling milk to vegans.
Or those who are lactose
intolerant. So you need to do the research to understand who the people are and where they are. So like if you're doing an expensive cleaning service, you cannot be targeting people at Alagbado or in Mushin. Hello.
What are you trying to say now? Are you trying to say that?
No, I'm just saying that they will not pay you because they don't need it. They don't need your product.
Yeah, I get you.
But then, those who live in service apartments on the island, they need cleaners. They need everything to be done for them. You don't tilt. Social media, you can actually target the last hair on somebody's head. So you can say, oh, I only want to reach people who are on the island and who earn a certain amount of money and who live in certain areas of the island, for example, and who are busy people. Then You put it out there. Then you go, apart from that, you now use your legs and you go into offices.
You are so particular about using legs.
Because everybody keeps saying, oh, social media. No. Yes, people are on social media. But people will buy from you as well when you walk in and meet them. Because they might forget. There's so many things on social media.
Because these days we tend to forget having to go to offices. We just say, oh, I can send an email or
exactly
social media. I can do all of that. So you are trying to tell us right now that the legs still work.
The legs still work. We are still a leg-driven market in Nigeria. So you still need to go out there and you still need to beat the streets and walk into offices and present your services. One person there would most definitely buy it. And then that person is now your key ambassador in that place.
He'll go into the world and...
as long as you do a good service, he'll go into the world and he will spread the message of your goodness. So
Hallelujah.
You need to know the right people to talk to.
Okay, let's take this call. Hello? Okay. You can call us back 009-234-5913, 009-191-3913, or 009-222-0913.
Right. So that's it. Okay, like I ask a lot of people, where do you think the highest amount of spaghetti is eaten in this country?
On the mainland.
In this country. This is Nigeria, our Nigeria.
Well?
It's in the north.
Oh, okay. I didn't think about that.
They eat a lot of pasta products in the north.
Why?
Because it's just something they like. So, if you're running a pasta ad...
Target the north. Wow.
All the mishai and everything, where did it come out from? It's just recently we started eating road food down south.
True.
Yeah.
True.
They've been doing that in the north for ages. So the sales there, amazing. So if I'm doing anything around pasta, then if the budget is remaining south, because 80% of my sales will be there. So but then if you don't do that research, you will not know. And then you'll be spending a lot of your money advertising to we in Lagos, who, like someone like me that does not eat Indomie, I will walk past your ad, like straight. It doesn't concern me. Yeah. But then the Northerners can't live without pasta. So research, very important, because research is what is going to help you with your targeting and your retargeting. So if somebody bites from you, what are the things you have to do to ensure the person stays and become your ambassador? Give him something for free. Say for every purchase somebody makes, you added a free gift. The person will go and tell his friend, oh, I bought this from here, it's good, and it even came with a free gift. That person buys. And it keeps building like that. So but then if you don't get your target audience right, how would you even meet the person for the person to even buy from you?
Yeah.
So you need to do that research. You need to ensure that you are constantly tweaking your target audience. You're learning from your data. And Facebook and IG and Twitter and TikTok, they give you access to that data. So it helps you retarget more and it makes you spend less.
Now that you've mentioned Facebook, Instagram and the likes, advertising on social media used to be cheap. Used to be cheap. I know at some point you can easily do an ad and you spend like 1,000 naira per day and you get value for your money. Go and try that now and come and tell me go and try that now and let's see what happens. But how then can small businesses effectively utilize social media?
So
bearing in mind that the algorithm sometimes can play pranks
on you.
Yeah.
So firstly, your the content on your page also matters, because the algorithm reads the content on your page and how your page followers interact with you as well. It's all part of how your ads will be placed and all of that. So does your page look scattered? Does it look very random? That affects your algorithm ranking as well. And then social media is getting expensive, because there's a lot of people using social media and there's a lot of brands willing to spend a lot of money to get those eyeballs. So it usually shuts out those without a lot of money, because you're bidding for each spot, basically. So it's a bidding process. So if I outbid you, obviously the prime hours where people are using that platform would come to me. But so that's why I tell people you need to understand your audience, what time they're always on there. And all that data is in the back end of your IG business page and your Facebook page. As well. So you need to understand what time are they there, and then you need to ensure that check out how much do people pay on average to reach the people you're trying to reach.
Yeah.
And then you know how much you're going to spend. And so I tell people also try out, don't just put one ad on Facebook. Put 4 ads with 4 different creatives, 4 different contents, 4 different kinds of messaging. Yes, targeting the same people, but you're putting that out there because you want to know what exactly they resonate with the most. After a week, go back, check your data, and then keep only the 2 ads that are doing the most. Drop the others. Put all that little budget you have into that, because from those ones that are doing the most, it means that's where people are clicking the most. That's where people are asking you more questions from, and probably that's where a sale is coming. Then do giveaway. It works every time.
Every time.
It works every time. Because you're telling somebody, oh, if you buy one, you get one free. I don't actually need to. But because I'm going to get one free, I will buy
And we all love free things.
And we all love free things is what will kill everybody in this country. Yeah. But so we will do it. So do your promos. And I don't mean the kind of promotions where you hike the price 2 weeks before and then come and say you're doing this price slash. No. People are smart now. So people know exactly when you do such, and you will not get a sale. Yeah. So if you're going to do a promo, do a proper promo. If you're going to do a price slash, do a price slash. If you think you can't afford such a huge price slash, you can tell people, oh, from so if you order, you get free delivery. And we understand how delivery costs, especially in Lagos, can get very mad.
Now
Someone will buy from you just because he doesn't want to spend that extra 1,500 or 2,000 on this. So you do it if you're building your
some
cost.
Some people don't buy these days because you think about the cost of delivery. And you're like, what I'm buying is not even up to the cost of the delivery. So let's just forget about it. So
if you can factor in that, and it still makes a lot of sense at the price you're selling,
and do it like free delivery,
you'll be amazed how the others will go up. Because yes, even I don't like paying delivery money.
Nobody likes paying that money.
But if somebody says, oh, it's free delivery, amazing.
Let's see.
I think I might be interested in buying this thing.
We all love free things.
We love free things. Or then you say, oh, as you bought from me, so I'm bundling a free gift in there. Let's say it's a lady, and then you bundle the free 3 ml perfume into something she bought, and it's a guy, and you bundle the spray. It might not be expensive or this thing, but the thoughts you put behind it, that okay, a guy ordered and the gift is specific for the guy, or a lady ordered and it's for that thought, you will be amazed how the guy would go back and be or the girl will go back and be your ambassador, because you're thinking of the customer as well. Your customer experience matters a whole lot in advertising, because okay, you have brought me to the table. How you treat me now matters if my money is going to come out or not. Oh, I have met terrible Instagram people, vendors, and obviously my money never touched their accounts. There's one that I was doing, okay, I'll pay on delivery, and the person was so rude. I waited for the delivery guy to come and told him to go back.
Calm down now.
Yes.
Go later here now.
Yes. Because it's not a must I buy that product from you. Yeah.
So that's where customer service now comes in. So one of the questions I noted was how customer service and advertising, is there a way they work together?
They are part and parcel of each other. Because if you spend a lot of money advertising and then how you treat the people who come is terrible, you just wasted your money. Because they will not spend or buy from you or purchase from you. But then if you spent money advertising and you've finally attracted me and brought me to the table, and then the way you interact with me, how you answer my questions and inquiries, and how you were there to ensure that you led me through to that sale matters a lot.
Okay, now let's come back to goals for advertising. Okay, let me take the numbers just in case anyone wants to reach us. 0809-234-5913, 009-191-3913, 009-222-0009. 0913. I'll take them again. 009-234-5913, 009-191-3913, 009-222-0913. You can reach us on any of those lines if you have questions, you want to make comments, or you know my guest, you want to shout out to him. Feel free to call, and I'll be here to take your calls. Now let's look at the goals that we set for advertising. Does your goal always have to be about making sales? Must my advertising goal always have to be sales, or are there other goals that I can set that my advertising can achieve?
Okay, so
hold on, let's
okay.
go. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning. Welcome to the show. Go ahead. Your name is what? Okay, Emmanuel, go ahead. You have a question for my guest. Okay. Go ahead. Emmanuel, please, can you speak up so we can hear you clearly? I can hear you.
You should put in the price. So we apply for services too?
Can we apply? Can you take the question again, please?
For services.
Yeah.
One is the service marketing.
Okay. Emmanuel, do me a favor, please. Can you turn down the volume of radio set so we can hear ourselves clearly, please?
Okay. Hello, can you hear me now?
I can hear you. Go ahead.
Okay. I said, everybody said, if one is in product marketing domain, it is important that they review the price of the product so that the target audience can be able to evaluate and know which will be
Yeah.
So, does it apply services too?
Services. Okay. Thank you very much, Emmanuel. He will take a question now. All right. So, does it apply to services too?
Yes, it does apply to services because services evolve, new techniques, new technologies also come into the service industry. So you also need to evolve with that, and new competitors also coming. So your pricing strategy can never be static at all. So it always has to be flexible enough for you to be able to adapt to changing situations.
So for that, I can give a range. I can say, oh, for instance, fumigate your house for about 50 to 100K.
So now instead of saying, oh, let us fumigate your entire house for 100K, you can break it down into packages.
Okay.
Say, if we're only fumigating the outdoor area, this is how much it costs. If we're only fumigating the indoor area, this is how much it costs. So now you now break it down in a way that people can pick and choose what they can afford at that point in time.
Okay. Hello, good morning. Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning. Welcome to the show. What's your name?
My name is Blackie.
Okay. Blackie, where are you calling me from?
I'm calling from Lagos.
All right.
Okay.
Go ahead. You have a question?
Yeah, comment on the question. So, Ante, you mentioned about advert in general, right? And I was hoping you'd mention about WhatsApp status, because I know how impactful WhatsApp status can be. You know, because we have tons of customers, or rather friends, on our WhatsApp.
Yes,
So
true.
I feel like taking advantage of your WhatsApp status will go a long way.
Yes, he
Yes.
actually did mention it at the beginning.
Yeah, when I said,
he talked about
use
using
your
all
contacts,
your network,
your
all your
networks,
contacts, your
put it out
WhatsApp, and
there.
all of that. But
Put
he
it out
would
there.
also still throw more light on it. Thank you,
Okay,
Blackie. Thanks for
My
calling.
question is,
Okay. Go ahead.
would you tell someone that doesn't have a budget, basically a startup, to actually have an advertising budget?
Okay.
Okay.
He took that before, but I'll allow him to take it again quickly.
So,
Thanks for calling.
Alright.
Yeah.
For a startup, I said start lean. Don't think of going to go spend. I need to spend a certain amount of money on social media. Start with your legwork. Use your contacts. Use your WhatsApp. Use your own personal pages as well. Check your pricing strategy as well. Make sure you're very competitive so that the people you know would want to use you. Add extra services or something extra for people who are purchasing for the first time from you. So you're doing all of that because you're also trying to move the volumes. Because when you have more volumes, it means you have more profits, and it means you don't have a lot more money that you can start keeping aside for doing social media business. As a startup, you are not meant to spend money on advertising. That is not your first point of contact. You only start spending money on advertising when you have utilized every other offline method that you currently have. Have you utilized all your entire family members' WhatsApp statuses? Have you utilized all the people who say they're your best friends, their IG pages, their WhatsApp? Have you done all of that? Because most times you realize that you do have emails of a lot of people over the years. Have you utilized that? Have you sent them emails of your products or your services? Once you're done with all of that, once you say, oh, I have truly exhausted all of that, trust me, by then you would have made sales that would now give you some budgets for you to use and start building a lot more brand awareness online. Okay. I've met people who have never been online, but they made so much sales that they had to go online. So yes.
Okay, now quickly let's take the question I asked earlier about advertising goals. Yeah. Must it always be sales?
No, it mustn't always be sales. But we all know that at the end of the day, sales is what we're looking for. But then you do advertising to build your brand awareness, build your brand as a thought leader in that space. So different people use advertising for different things. You can do it as a thought leader in that space. You can do it just so that I want a lot of people to hear about me, not necessarily buy from me, but to hear about me.
Now, one last question before we go. The time goes when you're having fun.
Yes.
Now, is shading a good strategy to imbibe when it comes to advertising? Because we see a lot of big brands do it these days, and they do it very well. One of my favorite banks does it a lot, and I'm like, really? You would try, you do this well. But I see a lot of other small brands trying to do this, and I don't think that strategy, I don't know, you are the expert, tell us.
So I tell people that if you're going to shade well, and shade in such a way that you cannot be sued, or you did not call the person's name, number, but shade properly. So shading can come in how your copy or your content is put out there. So yes, if you think you can jump on a shading thread without getting dragged, go ahead. But if you look at what you're doing, what you sell, what service you offer, and you know that if you throw this shade out there, the possibility of you getting shaded back and shaded hard is high. Please don't do it. Just go there, enjoy the violence, like we say, and step away.
If not, let me say Mommy Gio. You know what I'm trying to say, but let's just hold on to that thought.
Where you're going to?
You know, we all know. Well, thank you so much for coming on the show today. I had fun talking to you. I hope our listeners at home as well have been able to pick a thing or two from our interview today. Thank you so much. Oshodi should be back next week, but if she's not back, I'll be here as well to present signals to you. Do have a beautiful weekend and stay safe.
The third one.
Okay. I need to play one tune. One more.
No problem. But when you're doing that, you need to pause.
One.
Yes.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
This movie is a mess.
There was an apology for it, you know.
I did not watch the movie.
I watched the apology.
I totally
I watched the movie. Yeah, she made an apology video yesterday or different. Yesterday.